This Tom Brady story has gone from the ridiculous to the absurd and back again. And one of the reasons we're talking about it is because our next guest, in terms of full disclosure, is a Patriot fan. Mm-hmm. So not only is he going to give us the inside story, but he's also going to give us the inside story. Of course, I'm talking about our friend from ABC News, Aaron Katersky. Good morning, Aaron Katersky. Aaron, are you there?
I'm here, bud.
All right, so the judge ruled that the NFL can suspend a player in this manner, correct?
Correct, and I think it's an important point you raise, and that is that this case was all about power. This had nothing to do with the suspension itself. The judges made no determination whether 4 games, 3 games, 5 games, 100 games, nor did they even judge whether Tom Brady actually was guilty of a scheme to deflate footballs. They were only interested in whether NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell acted appropriately in his role as arbitrator in hearing Brady's appeal, and the judges, by a 2-1 ruling, said yes.
Okay, so is the Brady camp going to appeal this ruling?
They could, and they may be emboldened by the fact that it was a 2-1 ruling, and in fact the dissenting judge is the chief judge of the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, who found the process to be kind of unfair, and he said he did have some trouble with the way Roger Goodell behaved, but the two leading justices said that, in fact, Goodell's power is collectively bargained by the players in the league. It's an unorthodox arrangement to have Goodell effectively be prosecutor, judge, and jury, but that's what the players agreed to in their collective bargaining agreement, and maybe that's something they'll want to address in the future.
Is the next step the U.S. Supreme Court?
It could be. So the Brady has 2 options. He could ask for the entire Second Circuit to hear the case, broader than just that 3-judge panel, which, handed them the 2-1 loss, or he could appeal to the Supreme Court. Both are probably long shots, but nonetheless, he may want to try. He's anxious to clear his name, and I think he may, like this ruling and the fact that it didn't say anything about whether he actually did anything wrong. It was all about the process.
Mm-hmm. Can these courts choose not to hear the case?
Yeah, they can. And in this particular case, the judges were interested in whether labor arbitration law was followed, and they said there's great deference given to the arbitrator in labor arbitration cases, and that's what the NFL had long argued, and that's why it's an important ruling for the NFL. Yes, it's bad for Brady and the Patriots, and he'll have to sit 4 games, assuming the ruling stands. But it's more important for the NFL because they really wanted to affirm that Roger Goodell has the power that he used in suspending Brady in future cases.
Does this have any dealings or effect with the Adrian Peterson case or the Ray Rice case or any of those others where the NFL and Roger Goodell was overturned?
It could, I guess, if the NFL wanted to press the case. I mean, those cases are probably over and done with by now. But in the future, I think players are going to be on notice that, Goodell has tremendous power, and it's been upheld now by the courts, that he can, in fact, decide on a punishment and then hear the appeal and then decide the arbitration that ultimately will end the case. And even if players want to try and fight it, this ruling makes clear that Goodell has this power at least until the next contract negotiations. And you can bet that this is something that the players union will try to whittle down as much as possible.
It is bordering on absurd that we're talking about the air pressure of a football.
And 2 years later. 2 years. Mm-hmm. This is the 2015 AFC Championship, from the 2014-2015 season. I mean, it's crazy. But this has been the persistent case. And I think persistent not only because, it's Brady and everybody loves to hate Brady and the Patriots, but also because there is this there are a couple of unanswered questions that are troubling to anybody who's followed this. One is the NFL punished him without actually finding him guilty of anything. Uh-huh. That he was, more than likely probably aware is a far different standard than, actually did something.
Right.
But and on the other side, people find it troubling that you can have the commissioner of football be the prosecutor, the judge, and the jury to, to find him guilty enough to figure out a punishment kind of willy-nilly without any established precedent, and then to uphold it, even in the face of some fairly stiff appeals. So that it doesn't exactly settle things.
Yeah. If only Tom Brady had his cell phone that he didn't destroy, that would have cleared him completely of this crime.
Well, it may have. It may have brought up some other incriminating things. You never know. But I think that was part of the reason why Goodell ended up suspending him for as long as he did, because he destroyed what could have been evidence. Now, in Brady's defense, he says he was told, "Hey, I'm going to destroy this phone," and the guy said, "Hey, it's okay. We don't need it. We're good." And so he didn't think twice about it.
There you go. But the truth is that they ended up winning the Super Bowl, and Aaron Katursky, in terms of full disclosure, is still very happy about that.
Oh, yes.
Yes, of course. Aaron, thanks.
Lethal.
Yes,
even.
yes. Enjoy your Super Bowl, Aaron. Talk to you later.
See ya.
All right.